Hello guys, I'm Ardarion and today I'm back with another command block creation. This time it's a recreation of Prop Hunt in vanilla Minecraft. So you may know the game Prop Hunt, which was created in Garry's mod, and there when you are on the hiding team, you basically can turn into any item that is available on the given map, and then you run around the map and try to blend in with the surroundings as best as you can. And the task of the seeking players is to, well, find you, recognize that you are a player and kill you. So I recreated this in Minecraft in a way that you can turn into any block in the game, and the objective is the same: stay hidden or else the seeking players kill you. So let's quickly join the hiding team by pressing this blue button right here, and you can see that I turned invisible. And I also was given this carrot on a stick in my hand, which you also can't see because I removed the carrot on a stick texture. I'm using a resource pack right now, and that's just so that I can stay completely invisible while I hold this carrot on a stick, and that gives us an ability to right click on any block, and after a brief amount of time you turn into that block. And as you can see, it's aligned to the block grid, so it never looks out of place when it's just right next to another block. It looks just like it. You can jump on other blocks and whatnot, and it looks really smooth. It's almost indistinguishable to regular blocks. The only difference is that it doesn't have a hitbox. Now there is a way of making it have a hitbox. So if you interchange these two command blocks right here, then we are spawning an invisible shulker at my feet, and that gives us a block hitbox basically. So then you become really indistinguishable from a regular block. So that's the game played on hard mode, and you can really turn into any block in the game, almost any, with the exception of blocks that are not mineable with a silk touch pickaxe. Now, when it comes to blocks with inventories like this crafting bench, you either have to be far enough not to trigger the inventory, or just shift right click onto the block and you turn into it no problem. And you can turn into all sorts of things, like this lantern right here. Look just like it. And yeah, unfortunately you can't turn into the cake because it's not mineable with a pickaxe. So yeah, we can't run around as a cake, which is a real shame. But you can, for example, turn into this pressure plate and really give a hard time to the ones looking for you. Like, look at that. But anyway, I built this machine and gathered a few friends, and yeah, basically we played a couple of rounds of Prop Hunt in Minecraft. And keep in mind that this was an early version of the mechanism, and also we didn't have the best of servers, so there was some lag involved. So we had a couple of issues, a couple of bugs and glitches, but nevertheless we had a heck of a lot of fun. So this really is a fun minigame to play around with. And yeah, I have some footage from our game and I'm gonna show it to you now, so enjoy! And that was the game, guys. We had a lot of fun, and thank you to the players that were there with me. So thanks to Flatron, Bontar, and Titanova Bania for not only playing the game, but also helping test out the system, and also for building the arena with me. Yeah, we did that all together, and yeah, thanks, guys. So even in those early stages of development, when the gameplay was somewhat buggy, we still had a lot of fun, and that just shows that this concept has a lot of potential. And yeah, if you want to download it and try it out with your friends, then I will include a structure file in the description of the video so you can download it, just paste it onto your server, make sure to click this button to set up everything, and yeah, just play Prop Hunt. But let's talk about how this thing actually works. So first of all, the selection of a block. So you right click on a block and then you turn into that block. How does it work? So we have this carton stick here, and this uses a similar mechanism to what I used in my shrink ray video, where you right click with a carton stick that is detected by the command blocks, and then it sends out an invisible armor stand flying out in the direction where you are looking. So the only difference from that contraption is that you have a range now. So you have a range of 5 blocks, which is about how far you can reach in the game. And after that range, the armor stand is killed. So if you are in range and right click on a block, then you select it. Now, how this precisely works is whenever this armor stand, this flying armor stand, finds a block that is not air, it uses a loot command. So it sort of mines the block and copies it in its item form into this chest. And what we do then is a little bit complicated, because we summon a falling sand block riding an invisible armor stand. But we do not summon it right here, but we summon it 10,000 blocks away. And this is an area that we force loaded earlier. And the reason why we do that is that there is a glitch that when you data modify a falling sand block so that it has another block ID, the block doesn't actually visually update until you leave the area and come back. So that is what we are doing here. We are summoning the falling sand block far away. So what we do then is use the data modify on the block that is outside of our render distance, and then teleport it to the player, and then it actually works. So this is a neat workaround, and that is the reason why we have a short delay between the selection of a block and the time until it appears. Now, if we wanted to add a hitbox to the block, then we just modify this command and add another passenger onto the invisible armor stand, and that passenger is an invisible shulker, and that gives it a hitbox. But the hitbox is always, block shaped like this, so this lantern would also have a block shaped hitbox, so there is no workaround to that. So let me show you how the shulker version actually looks like. So let's just copy this over to here and then select some block, and then you will be able to see that we have a hitbox, but unfortunately that hitbox is pushing us slightly in a random direction. And you can deal with that. When you walk in a certain direction, then the block is behind you and you don't really move. But this is basically the reason why I added the possibility to click F on the carton stick, which snaps you to the block grid, and then you are no longer moved by the block. But yeah, it's a little bit annoying when it pushes you around like this, especially when you want to be sneaky, alongside a wall and you just get pushed. But yeah, it's something that you have to deal with if you want the blocks to have hitboxes. But again, when you turn this option on, the game is very difficult, because there is no indication that a block is actually a player. So you can push against it, you can jump on it, and there is no telling if it's a block or a player. You have to, punch the air over the block, I guess, and find out that way if it's a player or not. And that's why the no hitbox version of the game is much easier, because you can just walk through a block and see that it has no hitbox. Now, there are still a couple of problems with this contraption. So, for example, when you are a given block, let's say this bookshelf right here, and you stand on top of a block that is, the same type, then for some reason the block disappears. And I have no idea why that happens. I have no explanation coming to mind why could it be, but yeah, that's the case. And so, it somewhat limits our prop hunting possibilities. Also, you cannot be a chest for some reason, and a couple of other blocks. So even though I aimed at this chest, I have nothing appearing. But for today, that's all I had to show you. Hope you enjoyed it and hope you liked this game concept. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! You can't see me waving goodbye.